How's it going, everybody? Lead Meteorologist John Choquette here. We have some new tech that we're testing out today. If you notice here on the screen, just pretty much where I'm standing, I have the chat. So the Facebook chat that was on just on the Facebook chat now shows up on the screen. So people who are watching us on our app and on YouTube, you can actually see what questions I'm answering, and more importantly, this means I'll be able to actually see on my TV screens on all sides. I can actually see the comments in here. I think I made them big enough where I can see the comments. Yes, I can. All right, so again, another just cool little thing we're adding. We're trying to improve this product for you guys as we continue on here, just trying to make it so everything is interactive and is, I guess, as cool as possible, I guess. So I'm just glad that we got this to work. Hopefully there's no lagging issues and everything works out fine. But with that, it's our daily 12 p.m. hail forecast. Make sure you have those notifications set up so you don't miss any of our forecasts here. Go to your notification options, your desktop computer on your Hailtrace account. Go to the notification settings and you can see through either to your push notifications to your phone, through your email, or you can get them on your desktop computer so you don't miss anything important regarding the hail that does go on, any of our forecasts, any of our, when we're mapping in certain areas, when we have new maps available, and of course when we have a golf ball size hail or larger falling in populations 10,000 or more. And make sure you have those set up to the regions for which you like to be notified for. So whether you have for cities, states, or across the whole country, check them off, customize it to your own needs. That no hail today. Today is going to be quiet, so we're looking right ahead to tomorrow for Friday, April 6th. This is going to be a kind of tricky forecast. Right now, this is my preliminary forecast for hail possibilities. It's a pretty broad area, and I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be a Dallas and all the way down to Austin situation. It's going to end up being one of those one or the others. So by that I mean we have a cold front that's going to be crashing to the south tomorrow afternoon, and it looks like what's going to happen is we're going to have to see where storms end up firing. There's going to be a very strong capping inversion in place, very strong cap, or as you guys know, the lid on the atmosphere that keeps any updrafts, any instability from getting up too high to make big storms. We have that in place across most of north central Texas, and as we have a cold front coming racing to the south, the biggest question is going to be, are we going to get storms to fire up further enough north so storms can go up and move through the Dallas area, or are they going to fire further south like what some of the models have been showing today, which I'll show in a little bit here, and having it move closer towards the Austin area and further south and east. And another question is, how much time do these storms have to get big hail? Is it going to be the storms end up going up and they get undercut by the cold front really fast and the hail doesn't get that large? That's why I'm saying only up to 2-inch hail possible right now. The potential, of course, is there if things are in the warm sector before that cold front comes through. You can see very large hail tomorrow, but right now I'm kind of thinking probably there'll be storms behind the cold front and they'll have upwards of 2-inch hail with that. And where things end up firing. Do things fire south of Dallas, or do they fire north of Dallas? Do they fire on Dallas? Do they fire way far south down towards Austin? That's the big question we're going to have, and obviously we'll have more details and iron it out a lot better tomorrow. This is just a preliminary forecast, and there will be some other showers and storms that happen earlier in the day in southeastern Oklahoma and into western Arkansas. I think those areas you could see some small hail with up to some marginal quarter, $half, like our yellow swath usually shows. With that, I'm going to jump over. I'm going to show you guys the model, show you what we've been looking at, just kind of seeing how things have been trending and how realistically fast this cold front will race to the south tomorrow. So it's really going to be just a big race between when storms can go up and when that cold front comes through and kicks out the feet from under the storms. So let me just switch this real quick here to the, nope, not that. This, here we go. And we will switch over here to, there we go. Next weekend is looking pretty good, but several days out. That is true, Wesley. Yeah, you guys are starting to look ahead a little bit here. Yes, next weekend, I'll kind of dabble into it just a tiny bit, but things are trending more impressive, I guess you could say, starting next Thursday and then moving forward, especially there's a couple specific events that I'm looking into that if things come together just right, could end up being a very much more significant event, not just for the Dallas area, but for across a good chunk of the eastern part of the country. But that's far out. Let's just show what we're looking at right now. So this is the NAM, the high resolution NAM. I wasn't able to show this yesterday because it didn't go out far enough. Whoops, I keep skipping ahead here. And you see the moisture coming up. This is going into tomorrow. It's tomorrow morning, midday tomorrow, and you can see, look at right here. Here comes the cold front, come racing down. This is about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then boom, it comes down right. It's just to the north of Dallas at about 7 o'clock, and then it rushes us out 3 hours later. It's now south of Dallas. 3 hours after that, it's at Austin, and then after that, it ends up just keep pushing further down towards the coast. So the big question is, do we have storms fire? This particular model run shows the cap stays in place pretty strong, holds real strong all the way up through right here down south. This is down by Austin, as the storm firing way to the south here, and then moving down. But storms end up firing just to the south of Dallas and then going through. So, big question will end up being, will it go through? Let's see, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, any good storms coming into the Abilene, Brownwood, Texas areas. Abilene, this stuff for tomorrow is going to stay to the east of the Abilene area, I believe. And stuff for the Carolinas and Georgia and everything, that you guys have to wait probably till next week for that. I think tomorrow there's going to be a wind threat. Not tomorrow. Saturday is going to be a wind threat across the east coast, but I think it's just from the very fast-moving cold front with the squall lines, some gusty winds, and then that's going to be about it. Turning colder, and then things kind of reset themselves next week. But so that's what we're looking at. This particular model again. So anyway, jumping back, this particular model shows the storm firing way south of Dallas, and any isolated storm that forms, not stuff along the front here, that's where the biggest hail potential will be. And obviously, I'm not taking this as gospel by any means. It's a good visual for you guys to kind of see what we're looking at in the more complicated terms. But it looks like it keeps the storm south of Dallas on that one. But if we just roll this back a couple of runs, it had storms forming. Let's see here. Skip ahead. So this was last night's run. And storms forming up here, up by the Red River, and that would bring it down through Dallas. So that's, again, this is a big question of going to be where the storms end up firing. Do we get that cap to break, the weaken and break, and have storms form further to the north, or is it going to stay south of Dallas tomorrow? And even then, when storms do form, can they go and move fast enough to get themselves established before the cold front comes and undercuts it? Lots of questions for tomorrow. And unfortunately, I don't have lots of answers right now. We're just watching, and I say anywhere from the Red River down through south of Austin is at risk for storms tomorrow. It's just a matter of exactly where that ends up happening and how fast this cold front moves through. I think the models have been overdoing it just a tiny bit, how ridiculously fast this cold front is moving. It's more of a February type cold front pushing through, racing to the south with cold air, versus being in early April. I mean, this has been a weird spring so far. The winter has really not wanting to let go, but I still think the cold front may not move down as fast. Chance in North Carolina, asked Curtis. Not in North Carolina, not for hail in North Carolina. Probably not till like next week or so. Okay, so that is what we're looking at for tomorrow. Beyond that, I'll go into some of the longer range models here. Since somebody did mention next weekend, I'm going to just show you guys the upper air. And let me move out of 012Z. Here we go. Whole model run should be out here. This is the GFS, the American model. I would show you the European model, but last time I did it, my computer got all weird, so I'm not going to do that. We're moving through and just looking to see when the upper air pattern starts to look better. Let's see. Okay, so you think storms and hail for sure will form, but just unsure where? Correct. Somewhere in Texas, or near I-35. Where is the Southwest Missouri hail? I wish I could tell you. It's storms. It's been hard to get many storms north of like I-40, honestly, so far this spring. So, again, moving forward. So anyway, we're moving forward here through Monday, Tuesday, and then here we go into Wednesday a little bit here. And watch, we have this system coming in on Thursday, scooping in here, and this would be if this gets timed out just a tiny bit better, this could be a pretty good outbreak event for the Southern Plains on Thursday. If this speeds up, say, just 6 hours, it would be a much better event. And then we move towards Friday, and then this would be again, this looks like a lot more significant of an event just in terms of the upper air. So Friday and then into the weekend, this could be a pretty intense severe weather event that extends a lot further north than what we've had so far. And then even beyond that, we move forward a little bit more here towards the end of the next run, next weekend. And then this system, the European model, has been really latching onto a little bit here as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now, showing a much more significant event here on the American model. The European model has been very consistent with it, and the American model has been all over the place, and now that's starting to kind of latch onto that. It's been a little more confidence that we're watching something significant for next week. And I think this is the real meat and potatoes of like storm season starting, the pattern really starting to change, getting out of this cold and snowy and gross pattern into a much more actual spring-like pattern with some big storms. So a lot to look forward to, guys, and I'm glad that this chat thing has been working. It's been kind of nice seeing everything. Let's see, I need an anniversary storm, match 4/9/2011. When will spring patterns take over? I think spring's pattern is probably, like, this is going to be that last week. I think this is our last gasp of cold air. I know there's probably going to snow again for the millionth time up in here, but I think we're starting to really see, we're seeing the light at the end of the very cold, boring tunnel that we've had for the past couple of months. I think things, once we flip, I think we'll be kind of rock and roll. I know I've been saying this for a while now, but I think now that it's really legitimately showing up and it's had some consistency, and we're actually a little more confident now. I think again, things have just been delayed, but it's not denying the active pattern. I think that's going to happen probably starting next week, bearing some weird stuff happening. Again, obviously it's far enough out where everything will change, but we've had consistency, at least in terms of the large scale, which is what we can look at ahead of time, that there's something to keep an eye on for the next week. But with that, I think I'm going to kind of wrap things up here, guys. Let's just giving the foreboding. We'll have another forecast tomorrow, of course, like we do every day at 12 p.m. here on Hail Trace, on our Facebook, on our YouTube, etc., etc. And we'll have a full-on forecast about everything, what we're looking at for tomorrow, from anywhere from Dallas down through the Austin area. We'll hopefully be able to pinpoint for you guys who exactly is most likely to see hail. In terms of tornadoes and stuff, I think there's a null chance for that. But hail-wise, I think that's going to be the best threat for severe weather for tomorrow, which is good. Just a matter of where it's going to happen. So between the GFS and the European. Yes, correct there, Wesley. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so with that, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Be sure to follow us here on Facebook if you haven't already. If you're first time watching, click that follow button, hit see first, you pop up at the top of your news feed. So even if you do miss our push notification about being live, it'll still show up at the top of the news feed, along with any other interesting posts that we may have, such as when our maps are available, and etc. And of course, if you have any more questions about Hail Trace, give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com or visit our website at hailtrace.com. And if you want to contact us on hailtrace.com, go to the little blue circle with a speech bubble in it in the lower right hand corner. That's called Intercom. Click on that and you can message and directly chat with us there as well. So we're pretty good about answering that one. That seems to be the increasingly popular method of contacting us. So check that out, guys. Again, we'll be back tomorrow, 12 p.m. for our daily hail forecast. And hopefully we'll also be here streaming live for any storms that do happen tomorrow evening. Again, any storms that happen, it will be after about 6 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll have that full forecast tomorrow regarding the Dallas area and points south for any possible storms tomorrow. I'm lead meteorologist John Choquette. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you at 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.